Okay, Mr. Sarthak, something about basic things about geometry. About geometry. See, one of the very basic thing that you need to understand is that if I have this triangle ABC, and this is angle A, this is angle B, and this is angle C, then sum of angles of a triangle is 180 degree. Is there any doubt about this?
No,
Yes,
sir.
sir. How did you get 180?
That is what I'm saying. Sum of angles of triangle is 180 degree. There is a proof also, but we need not go into the proof. So we can accept, we can, without proof, we can accept that the sum of angles of a triangle is 180 degree. Is there any doubt still?
No, sir.
Mr. Sarthak, is there a doubt?
No, sir.
Can you note this down? So this is the first rule that we will need. That the sum of angles of a triangle is 180 degree. Okay. Now there is a second rule that you need to understand. It is one of the very basic rules of geometry. This is a straight line. This is a straight line. Now I can see two angles on this straight line. So this angle is A and this angle is B. Is there any doubt till here? Mr. Satya, any doubt?
No, sir.
Now the rule is that the sum of A and B would be equal to 180 degree. Is there any doubt about this?
No, sir.
Mr. Sarthak, is there any doubt?
No, sir.
Can you note the second rule also? So let us discuss the third rule. All these are very fundamental rules. The third rule is that if two lines are, if this is one line and this is another line, these are intersecting, then this angle would be equal to this angle. And this angle would be equal to this angle. These are called vertically opposite angles. Vertically opposite angles. Vertically opposite angles. Is there any confusion about this?
No, sir.
Mr. Satya, any confusion?
No, sir.
Mr. Satya, this A and B are called linear pair. Linear pair. Any doubt about this?
No, sir.
Can you note third rule also?
Yes.
So let us revise. Rule number one is the sum of angles of a triangle is 180 degree. So if this is angle A, this is B, and this is C, the sum of the angles of the triangle would be equal to 180 degree. Rule number two is that if this is a straight line, and on the straight line, there is another line which is cutting this line. So there are two angles which are formed. If this angle is A degrees and this angle is B degrees, then the sum of these two angles, A plus B, would be equal to 180 degree. The third rule that we have understood is vertically opposite angles. So again, if there are two lines which are intersecting, then this angle would be equal to this angle. So A would be equal to A. These are vertically opposite. And B would be equal to B. Again, these are vertically opposite angles. Is there any confusion about these three rules?
No, sir.
See, the topic that I want to do is parallel lines. But before I start parallel lines, these are the few basic things that I want you to understand about geometry. Now, we'll do some basic numericals, basic questions about these three rules. You can start noting down the figures and give me the answers. Yeah. So these are the questions that you need to solve. Please do not draw the figures. Just give me the answer of each question. Mr. Sarthak, is it okay?
Yes, sir.
So all these questions will use only the three basic rules that we have studied right now. Sum of angles of triangle is 180 degree. That will help you solve these four questions. These are the linear pair questions. So this question, and this question would be using, you can do that using the linear pair. That sum of linear pair is 180 degree. And G part and H part would be vertically opposite angles. Mr. Satya, have you understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can start. Okay, Mr. Sarthak, what is the answer for A part?
So x is 10 degrees.
X is 10 degree. Mr. Satya,
Sir, I got 100.
you got
So
100.
sorry, 100 only. I forgot to write the 0.
50 plus 30 plus X is equal to 180 degree. Therefore, X is equal to 100 degrees. Any doubt about this?
No, sir.
Okay. Mr. Satya, B part, what is the X that you got? Sorry, what is the Y that you got?
80 degrees.
80 degrees, Shabash. Mr. Sarthak, what is your answer?
So 80 degrees.
Shabash. Very nice. See, if you like using brain, if you like using your brain, you will enjoy geometry. Otherwise, geometry becomes a killer. So, Mr. Sarthak, Z degrees?
40 degrees.
30 degrees plus 110 degrees plus Z degrees is 180 degrees. So, degree becomes. Mr. Satya, what is your answer?
So same 40 degrees.
Shabash. Very nice. Mr. Sarthak, D part. Your X is?
80 degrees.
Shabash. Very nice. Very nice. Mr. Satya, E part.
120 degrees.
120 degrees. Mr. Sarthak?
120 degrees.
Shabash. So Y degrees plus 60 degrees is 180 degree because it's a linear pair. What is a linear pair? A linear pair is simple. If this is a straight line, and I have another line which is intersecting this line. So if I am given this angle, then this angle Y degrees would be 180 minus this angle. And another thing that we can understand now with the help of rule number 3 is, because we now understand rule number 3, that if this is 60 degrees, Mr. Sarthak, what will be this?
So it will be 135 degrees.
Sir, this is vertically opposite. Is there any doubt? This
No,
line
sir.
and this line are intersecting
So
each other.
60 degrees.
So if this is 60 degrees, this would also be 60 degrees. Mr. Satya, any doubt?
No, sir.
And if this angle Y is 120 degrees, because I've calculated here, my Y would be equal to 120 degree. So if this is 120 degree, this angle would also be 120 degree. Mr. Satya, any doubt about this?
No, sir.
Mr. Sarthak, any doubt?
No, sir.
Acha, you told the answer of this x. So your x is, Mr. Sarthak?
135 degrees.
135 degrees. Shabash. Okay, Mr. Sarthak here. What is your x?
X is 30 degrees.
Shabash. What is your y? See, this is my straight line. And another line that I have is this.
So 150 degrees.
Shabash. So once I have found, or what I have been given is that if this angle is 30 degrees, I can easily make out that this angle would be 150 degrees. So Mr. Sarthak, what will be this angle?
150 degrees.
Shabash. So Mr. Sarthak, if this is 70 degrees, what will be this?
70 degrees.
Shabash. Mr. Satya, what will be y?
110 degrees.
110 degrees. Shabash. And Mr. Sarthak, what will be z?
110 degrees.
Shabash. Very nice. Mr. Satya, what will be x?
290 degrees.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, sir, I did the wrong calculation.
Okay. Mr. Sarthak, x would be?
110 degrees.
Shabash. Very nice. Now, another thing that you can observe when you are doing these questions, so that will be the fourth rule that we will be using. 150 degrees plus 30 degrees plus 150 degrees plus 30 degrees. Have you understood? Have you understood what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
150 degrees plus 30 degrees plus 150 degrees plus 30 degrees. If I add these, what will be the answer that I get?
360 degrees.
Shabash. Mr. Satya, any doubt?
No, sir.
So similarly, if I add here 70 degrees plus 110 degrees plus 70 degrees plus 110 degrees, what will be the total sum, Mr. Satya? Mr. Satya?
Yes, sir, 1 second. 340.
Sir, it will be 360. Have you understood?
Yes.
So the rule number 4 that you need to understand is, from all the basic rules that we will be using again and again in geometry, please note this rule down. If this is A, then this is A. This is B, then this is B. Is there any doubt about this? Is there any doubt about this?
No, sir.
So the sum of angles would be equal to 360 degrees, which also means that if this is a straight line, you start from here and you come back. The total angle that you will cover, Mr. Sarthak, would be equal to
360 degrees.
Shabash. Another way of understanding this is, again, this is one of the very basic rule that we'll be using again and again. Another way of understanding this is that this angle at the center, this whole angle, Mr. Satya, is equal to
360.
Shabash. So this is the third rule that we have learned today. Can you note all this thing down? So again, in all these questions, A, B, C, D, E, F, You only need to use rule number 1, 2, 3. Actually, you won't require angle rule 4. Even if you haven't understood rule number 4, it's still okay. So you can start. Please do not draw the figures. Just give me the answers. Mr. Satya, is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Sarthak. So what is your x, Mr. Sarthak?
So x is 30 degrees,
Shabash. What is y?
150 degrees,
Shabash. What is your z?
150 degrees,
Very nice. Mr. Satya, what is y?
110 degrees,
Shabash. What is z?
70 degrees,
Shabash. What is x?
70 degrees,
Shabash. Mr. Satya, what is your x?
80 degrees,
Mr. Sarthak, what is your x?
70 degrees,
Shabash. What is your y, Mr. Sarthak?
110 degrees.
Sir, this is 70 degrees. So, y plus 40 plus 70 would be 180 degrees. Therefore, y would be equal to
70 degrees. So I by mistake saw the y of the B question.
Mr. Satya, is there any doubt?
no, sir.
So, in this question, this is 70 degrees and this also is 70 degrees. Is there any confusion about this? Mr. Satya,
No, sir.
Mr. Sarthak, what is y?
60 degrees,
Shabash. What would be x?
100 degrees.
Mr. Satya, have you understood?
No, sir. I didn't understand this question.
Okay. Mr. Sarthak, can you explain?
So in this we'll use rule number 2 for the 120 and the y part.
Okay, nice.
So it has to add up to 180 degrees. So we'll add 60 degrees.
Shabash, shabash, shabash,
And the whole triangle also has to add up to 180 degrees.
shabash, shabash,
So we'll add 100 degrees.
shabash. Satya, have you understood that this is 60 degrees? Have you understood?
Yes, sir.
Now, once you know that this is 60 degrees, once you know that this is 60 degrees, you can write 60 degrees here. So x plus 20 plus 60, x plus 20 plus 60,
Okay, sir. I understood now how to do it.
okay, and therefore x would be equal to 100 degrees. Mr. Sarthak, very nice. Shabash. So, Mr. Sarthak, what will be y? Mr. Sarthak,
So y will be 105 degrees.
shabash. And what will be x?
50 degrees.
Mr. Satya, have you understood?
Yes, sir.
So x plus 105 plus 25 is 180 degrees. All are degrees. So x is equal to 180 minus 25 plus 105 is 130. So this will be 50 degrees. Mr. Sarthak, is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, Mr. Sarthak, what is this angle?
So I put that angle as y.
Okay. So what was y?
120 degrees.
Shabash. And what will be x?
20 degrees.
Shabash. So 40 plus 120 is 160 minus 180. So this will be 20 degrees. Mr. Satya, any doubt?
No, sir.
Mr. Satya will do some more questions like these. Yeah.
Yes.
So you can start noting the questions. Okay, you can start doing the questions. Mr. Satya, have you understood?
Yes, sir.
So in all these questions, first solve the linear pair. Find out the angle in the linear pair. Once you have found the linear pair, then you come inside the triangle. And when you are inside the triangle, the rule that you need to use is that the sum of angles of a triangle is 180 degrees. Satya, any confusion?
No, sir.
Nice. Yeah, Mr. Satya, y would be equal to
60 degrees.
shabash. X would be equal to
105 degrees.
60 plus 15 is 75. So 75 plus x is 180 degrees. Therefore, x would be equal to 105 degrees. Mr. Sarthak, is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Satya, x would be equal to
50 degrees.
shabash. Therefore, y would be equal to
115 degrees.
shabash. 65 degrees plus y degrees is 180 degrees. Therefore, y degree is 180 degree minus 65 degree. 10 5 the 2, sorry, 5. 115 degrees. Mr. Sarthak, is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Satya, x would be equal to
70 degrees.
shabash. Y would be equal to
65 degrees.
70 plus 45 is 115 degree plus y degree is 180 degrees. Therefore, y is equal to 180 minus 115, 65 degrees. Mr. Sarthak, is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Satya, x would be equal to
105 degrees.
shabash. Therefore, y would be equal to
50 degrees.
105 degree plus 25 degree is 130 degrees. Therefore, this has to be 50 degrees so that sum of the angles of a triangle is 180 degrees. Mr. Sarthak, is there any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay, now one thing that you need to understand is you need to repeat all these questions. Repeat all questions. Mr. Sarthak, and send me the scan before Tuesday. Mr. Sarthak, is it okay?
Yes, sir.
I need your homework before Tuesday. Mr. Satya, is it okay?
Yes, sir.
You need to draw the figures also. Please draw figures. Please draw rough figures. Do not use scale, etc. Sarthak, have you understood?
Yes, sir.
Just draw rough figures here. Please do not use scale. Otherwise, you spend a lot of time. Like I have drawn rough figures, just draw rough figures. That is all that I require. Any doubts, sir? Any
No,
doubt? Okay, next time we'll do parallel lines. Yeah, we'll use these things, all the 3-4 rules that we have understood, and do parallel lines in the next lecture. Okay, thank you.
So,
Yeah.
can you send screenshot